I wanted to give you a few examples first of the types of activity that can be created, and here's some examples here in their own player. So the first example we've got is one on a drag and drop activity, looking at limestone erosion. So we've got a picture and we're able to drag across these labels to populate that, and as you can see we can just pull them over. In this case they're different sizes, but we've got a tool to actually make the boxes the same size, and this is a revision material so we can actually see where the boxes go in the right places, and that's one example of a type of activity. We've also got ones where we can embed animation and videos in place, so we can listen to that video, look through that, and then we're able to select the responses from either a word bank, or we can have free text input to respond to that. And this is also capturing and marking that and doing the assessment at the same time. So that's got a nice example of that, so we have a few different ones. And we've also got the option of just having an ordering, a sequencing activity where we've got a group of pictures and then corresponding text boxes underneath, and we can drag those then into the corresponding places. So those are a few examples of the types of activity that we can create. You see, nice and engaging, lots of sort of multimedia, use of audio, video, which we can put within that. So how do we actually create that? So we've produced a package which has been designed initially through one of our subsidiaries that had the contract with the BBC to write some of the digital curriculum for the BBC Jam, and they were looking for an application that enabled our content developers to create high quality content very quickly and easily for any subject. We decided to extend that and put it in a form that teachers and pupils could use, so they could author content very, very quickly and really act as a catalyst for driving the VLE forward. Really, the excellent content, the more interactive that is, can really help, and we're finding that from feedback from other sites already. This can have a real impact in terms of the use of the VLE, the amount of content that you're creating. So we've got a number of options. We can create an activity from scratch. We can download or edit an existing activity. So we've got a Fuse community that allows us to download other schools' content and we can extend it. All we require is you, if you're sharing content, you check it's free of copyright before you upload that. And that's a really opportunity then for you to target some of those curriculum areas where the teachers might not have as much time, but there's an ability here for you to download some of the other schools' content and use that to help drive forward across the school. So I'm going to create something from scratch here. I've got the ability firstly to give it a description, and I can also give it some keyword tagging. So if I'm putting into the VLE, it's got those keywords, so I can then search for it and find those resources quickly and easily. And it's creating a technical term as a SCORM pack is one of the options, so that can go into pretty much any VLE and allows you to import that content in with all of the tagging done. So good analogy really with Fuse is it uses like templates like PowerPoint, so I can choose various different templates to create those type of activities, and we're developing more based on feedback, so this will continue to evolve and we'll add more templates and activities. But initially we've got that drag and drop, a linking lines, ordering, flashcards, fill the gap, a blank screen, which is now called an information page, where you might want to view a page of information, text, images and audio, multiple choice question, and a sort of menu screen. Is that okay?
Very good. Yeah.
Alright, so we'll go straight into this example of a drag and drop activity. So we've got our activity screen here. And I said it's been designed to allow users without any training and a low level of technical skill. I don't have to know flash coding and HTML, how to put this together. I've just got to have some creativity to what content, what assets I want to put on there. So we can load up an image here from the network or the internet. I've got that on screen, and now I can start to drag onto this my drag and drop boxes. So I've got these are intrinsically linked, so I can then start to put in my information here. Okay, that's my lens, and I can also add in some image, and to that I can put in one on the bottom as well here. And as you said, it's quite easy. You said you can build this up as we go along. And I add another one in terms of there, a mirror at the bottom, and I put a sound against that, and I can just have a dummy drop box with no corresponding area, so that's going to be where I can add one in there as well. And to make it a bit more difficult this time, we'll make sure they're all the same size, so you can't just guess where they're going to go. See there, and we can justify that. We can add extra colours, backgrounds, templates, and build it up. See, do you realize that's nice and easy to use in terms of just building that initial activity?
Yeah, very clear.
The really powerful thing Fuse allows you to do though is take these individual Flash-based activities and then sequence them together to create almost like a learning system. And so we can have on our bottom here access to the shared area on the VLE, all of the resources we've created. Some schools have started to create some templates which then departments will use as the basis for the activities they're creating, and are just putting and changing the images, audio and text in those. But again, it's nice and drag and drop. I can start on that first activity. Once they've done that, it drags down to the next one. We can then differentiate nice and easily and say, okay, let's start to look at. It knows automatically I can get 4 possible marks in that top one, and I can say, well, if they get less than 1 right, it'll branch left, and if they get more than 1 right, it'll branch right. So we can really start to look at these learning pathways. Ideal for use of students as well. You might deliver a topic and then get them to create some activities linked together, look at how they're understanding that topic and use them for peer assessment as well. Once we've put that together, we might say, well, they've done that particular activity. We'll then add in a little bit of feedback, so we can add some feedback into here to say, to give some positive encouragement for the pupil or the user, which goes into there. Once they've completed that, it'll drag back up to the top and flow on, and then we can finish off with this last activity here, and then after that one we'll have it'll actually bring back the assessment, so it'll capture how often they tried a particular activity, what they got right and wrong, and you can print off that assessment or save that assessment as an image, which we can then bring into the VLE Mark Book. So it's really a very powerful tool for creating very engaging interactive resources and then sequencing them together like a little learning system, and then very easy to upload that into the VLE.